Location at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, bringing you the unknown. Welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Paranormal 411. Your hosts are David Reagan and Jason Scott, and together, they dive headfirst into the mysteries that lurk just beyond our understanding, featuring notable experts ready to share their insights into the world of the strange and unknown. So pull up a chair, pour a cup of something warm, and prepare to be enthralled. Here at Paranormal 411, we're not just a radio show, we're a community of truth seekers, adventurers of the mind, exploring the boundaries of the known and unknown. We invite you to join us, to share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions. Whether you've had your own encounter with the supernatural or you're simply intrigued by the inexplicable, we want to hear from you. So, don't be shy. Drop a comment and let's unravel the mysteries of the universe together. Buckle up as we journey beyond the veil of the ordinary, into the heart of the extraordinary. This is Paranormal 411, where the inexplicable meets reality and imagination takes flight. Stay tuned and remember, in the world of the paranormal, nothing is as it seems.
All right.
Well, hello.
What's up, everybody?
How's everybody doing?
We missed you on Tuesday.
Oh, we did.
We had just a little bit of technical difficulties, and we just said, heck with it. We're done.
Yeah, we keep having technical difficulties with this stuff.
When we've changed software, it seems like it's just been one of those times, you know. But maybe it'll get better.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not holding my breath, though, because I might die. Then I'll be part of the show. I'll be this little spirit.
Don't do that.
What, die?
Yeah.
Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. You can tune in live every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. We're running just a little late. Also on Saturdays from 8 to 10 Eastern.
Let's just say between 7 and 8.
Yeah, sometime between 7 and 8. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then, the bell notification button. So then that way, every time we go live, you can go ahead and pop in. Saturdays from 8 to 10, except for this Saturday. And also, we do have a show on WDJY FM. That's in the Metro Atlanta area. It plays from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday nights. And if you're in the Metro Atlanta area, that is 99.1. But if you're outside of the Metro Atlanta area, you could still listen at WDJYFM.com, or you go to paranormal411.org and click the link. Remember, we're on Subspace Radio on all major podcast platforms. Remember the book.
The book.
I'm waiting for you to show the book.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. We haven't done this in so long.
The book.
Oh, I need to
East
change the
Tennessee.
prices.
Yeah, the prices have changed. So go on and you'll be amazed.
Yeah.
So East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore Edition 2, that is available on Amazon or at paranormal411.org. Join us. Join us,
everybody. Hey, and this Saturday, like David said, we're not going to be doing a show. We're going to be at Misfits and Mayhem.
Yeah, here in Loudon, Tennessee. They're going to block off some streets and have some fun time.
I don't know if I could block off, anymore. They've already done it.
I know.
There you go. There's a new price.
It's getting pretty bad, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's getting bad.
Yes, buddy. So,
yeah, we'll be there from 2 to 6 p.m. Come join us. We'll have a few books and a few shirts.
I'm going to say a few books because we had a whole bunch of books,
Yeah.
but if you missed us from being at the Upper Cumberland Bigfoot Festival last Saturday.
Oh man, that was great.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was nice. It was a beautiful day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of awesome people and a lot of awesome stories. And we want to thank everybody that come up and told us all their stories and stuff, and really thank everybody that almost sold us out of books.
Yeah.
That's why we only have a few books for this weekend. So, but we appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't even get more in time.
Right.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, we did have fun there. It was a good time.
It was. I definitely want to do it again next year.
We got to see Nacho and his
his
creations.
Crafts, Nacho's creations. Yeah. It was just right down the road from us, wasn't he? Literally.
Yeah. I was a little
Mr. Matt
stalker
Sieber.
too, wasn't I?
Yeah. Mr. Matt Sieber. Yeah. You stalked. Who was it you stalked? It was Mr. Ronnie LeBlanc.
Yeah. I stalked Ronnie LeBlanc.
Jason was like, dun, 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 dun,
I was on a
dun,
mission.
dun, dun, dun.
David sent me on a mission.
I'm like, here, run, hurry, Jason, hurry.
So
You should
tonight,
have saw him. He was like laying on the ground, army crawling, and diving between tents, and it was funny.
I dropped down in the bathroom right in front of him from a rope.
He
So
was
here's
like,
our card, bud.
why don't
Thank
you come
you.
on the show? No, he's a nice guy.
He is.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So tonight we're going to be talking about the Witches Circle. Now there's a Witches Circle over here in Kingston, Tennessee, right?
Yes. The infamous Witches Circle.
I've never been. It's on the list to go.
We need to go and do a,
Yeah.
session there and see if we could catch anything.
But it's shrouded in mystery and folklore.
It is. I mean, I remember in high school, people talking about the Witches Circle.
So I guess it's a stone circle in a wooded area near the town there. It's associated with witches, magic, and the supernatural. And there are tales of haunted occurrences, which we're going to talk about. Ghostly figures, hidden powers. But first, we're going to talk about witches.
Abracadabra.
Yeah, because it's getting close to Halloween.
Halloween. My favorite time of the year. I love Halloween.
So the history of witchcraft is a complex and often misunderstood topic.
It is.
It's deeply intertwined with cultural beliefs and historical events and societal attitudes.
That's right. Societies have attitudes.
They do. They do. So David's going to start off telling us a little bit about witchcraft.
So some of the origins, likely emerged from ancient pagan religions where women often played important roles in spiritual practices and in their rituals. Also in many cultures, women served as shamans or spiritual leaders, and they possessed knowledge of healing, divination, and supernatural powers. Yeah. That book, The Immortality Key, that I talk about a bunch on here. Everyone needs to read it. The Immortality Key actually goes pretty deep into the majority of most religions have a sacred feminine and masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that feminine side to it. And the most of the women were the ones that were in control, per se, of each and every one of these religions. So usually at the highest part of the religion, it was a woman, and they usually held the secrets of the brew, what was put into their sacred drinks that they would drink to, see God.
See, that's why I like sitting here beside David. He's like a human dictionary.
Uh-oh. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Mark.
Oh, what do you-
Frequent flyer, she says. He's
blocked by Facebook.
They're good at that. They really are. But no, it's really neat. You know, we did that show not too long ago, and where we talked about ergot, and stuff, and
The witch trials.
Yes, and it's the same. In that book, they talk about how the women knew how to mix the brew, literally what we call beer today, right? But they mixed the brews with enough ergot in it to where it would give you a trip. So you could see things and stuff like that, almost like, say, taking peyote or mushrooms or anything like that.
So you'd probably be living it up at the Hotel California.
Yeah. You can check out, but never leave.
You can check in, but never check
leave.
out.
That's right. Check in, but never leave.
I just listened to that song earlier
Did you?
on my new radio that me and David installed.
Oh. Well, you did all the hard work.
I did the wiring, and David did the 3D printing on the
bezel.
Bezel.
Yeah, I helped you make a bezel.
It looks good too.
Yeah, it does. We need to put it on the show or on the website or something, because it was pretty cool. Now, when Christianity rose, a lot of pagan practices were often demonized and labeled as witchcraft. And during the Middle Ages, they had intense witch hunts occurred. Now, particularly in Europe, they accused witches were often tortured, imprisoned, or executed. Now, there's a really famous book called the Malleus Maleficarum. And this book was published in the 15th century. And it actually was a guide, and it taught you how to identify and persecute witches. And this book fueled the fire, per se, for witch hunts to come for many, many years to come. And so a lot of witches were burnt and killed, and all different kinds of other stuff because of this book.
So it was like identifying a witch 101.
Yes. Yep. And then it went into how to persecute them and all this other stuff too, 101s. Yeah.
Burn them at the stake.
That's right. If they floated, they were witches.
That was...
if they drowned, they weren't.
I remember seeing that in a TV show too.
Yeah.
Remember? The Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where they put them in the water, and if they floated, they were witches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or bad, whatever, demons, or I don't know what they was doing.
Yep.
So, what about modern witchcraft today? In the 20th century, interest in witchcraft is pretty much on the rise.
Yep.
And we have a few friends that we've had on the show that's claimed to be witches.
Yep. Really cool people.
Yeah.
What's up, Randy?
Hey, Randy. So, modern witchcraft is often associated with neo-pagan movements such as Wicca, which seek to revive ancient pagan practices.
It's funny too, because they call them all pagan practices, but these are the practices that were pretty much started all religions.
Yeah.
The deifying of plants, animals, the sun.
Yeah. So contemporary witchcraft encompasses a wide range of beliefs and practices, from traditional Wicca to eclectic forms of magic. It's important to note that the history of witchcraft, though, is not always negative. While the witch hunts and persecution were dark periods, there have also been many positive aspects to the study and practice of witchcraft.
Yep.
A lot of people find it to be a source of spiritual connection, personal empowerment and connection to nature.
Only Oscar says I've been called a witch.
Hmm.
Was that in a heated argument or?
I've been called almost a witch many times, many times.
Mark another one up there. Only Oscar says, I prefer high priestess. Yes.
That reminds me, we were doing some last night while I was over here at David's. We were doing some tarot cards.
Yeah.
And I got the high priestess.
Yep.
And the death card.
Yep.
And another one. Can't remember which one it was.
Was it the 5 of Swords or something? Wasn't it?
10 of Swords.
Something like that.
Maybe. It was fun.
Might have been a B in there. Yeah, probably was. Instead of witches, it was. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah, that was right.
That was right. Okay. Ding, ding. That was perfect. Where'd you leave off, Jason?
Right here. You're right here.
Oh, well. So, the legend of the turned to stone witches. Now, is this talking about the up there in Kingston?
Yeah.
So this is talking about the witches' circle in Kingston. One popular legend tells of a coven of witches who were practicing their dark magic in the area. And as a punishment for their wicked ways, a divine force turned them into stone, their bodies forming the circle. Now, this tale often involves a curse or a spell associated with the site, warning against disturbing the witches and their eternal slumber. Ooh. Yeah. I don't think I've heard that one. You know, the one that I mainly heard was, it's called the Witch's Circle because people go up there and do witchcraft.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much the gist of what I always heard. So it's cool to hear some of these other, you know, things that people talk about. These legends.
Yes.
I read the
Crowley deck.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've got 3 decks and an oracle deck, I think. I like messing with the cards. So another story suggests that the witch's circle is endowed with magical properties. Now, it is said that counting the stones twice can break the magic or release a powerful force. Some believe that this ritual might be dangerous, leading to unintended consequences or even supernatural encounters. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Michael, how you doing?
Mr. Mike from Catalyst is in the house.
I think we're going to do this whole thing, put the break on the end because this might be a short
story.
Short show.
Short show. I have other decks. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I pull 3 cards every morning before I go to work. Don't light the black flame candle. You know, it's time to watch those. We've got both movies upstairs on Disney Plus.
What's the name of them?
Only Oscar says his books are genius. Yes, they are. The Sanderson sisters.
Oh, okay.
That movie.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. If you've got Disney Plus, you got both movies.
So the Witch's Circle, as the name suggests, and this is just in general, a witch's circle, is typically characterized by a circular arrangement of stones. And these stones can vary in size and shape and material, but they often have a natural appearance.
Hocus pocus.
Yeah, hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. We should be ashamed of ourselves. That was our wives' Halloween costume one year, wasn't it?
Yeah, they look just like them.
They did. It was awesome.
My wife was the big woman. I don't know their names, but
Me neither. Yeah.
so some of the features and theories about the stones and the types of stones are, now this is just in general of a witch's circle.
Right.
Not saying it's what's there. But natural stones are the most common type, which includes rocks, boulders, pebbles that are found in the area. They might be arranged in a random pattern or even a more deliberate formation. Then you could have
Only Oscar says had to be very careful typing deck. LOL. Barbara says Mary was her name.
Okay. I think it's what my 11-year-old daughter wants to be
This year.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the purple, or the big hair.
The big hair that goes up. Yeah. Yes. Oh, book. That's the one my wife dressed up as. It was Bette Midler's character.
So some of the stones may have carvings or markings on them. These could be ancient symbols, runes, or some kind of inscription. Then you've got lunar stones. Some legends associate a witch's circle with the moon. It's possible that a certain stone in the circle is believed to have lunar properties or be connected to lunar cycles.
Talking about lunar, isn't it like the 7th of next month or something like that we've got our guest coming in?
Yes. November 7th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I about forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm. Constance Victoria.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I'll let you do some theories about some stones.
Where are we at the top?
Yeah.
So, some theories about stones. One is called a marker stone. Now, the stone might serve as markers, excuse me, for a sacred or ritual site. Now, they could include and indicate the boundaries of a sacred space or a point to specific areas within the circle. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the song I Put a Spell on You. Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You're gonna make me go home and watch these.
I'm telling you. I bet you my wife's upstairs. Well, no, she's watching us because she's a good wife. But
I put a spell on you.
I guarantee you, when I go upstairs, it'll be on.
Yeah.
Now, some stones could be used as energy conduits. Some people believe that stones could act as conduits for energy or for spiritual forces. Now, they might be arranged in a way that channels or focuses these energies. There's some symbolic representations. They could actually represent various elements. They could represent celestial bodies or maybe even deities. Now, their arrangement might be and might have symbolic meaning, reflective of the beliefs, practices of the people who created the circle.
Stones are really amazing.
They are amazing. Yeah.
And I believe they do have energy in them.
Well, I mean, we know for a fact. We'll just take quartz. Quartz is actually vibrates at such a high vibration. That's why it's used in quartz crystals in watches and all kinds of other stuff. They say that it vibrates so high that it's almost a liquid.
Wow.
Because it has such a high vibration to it. But yeah, I think that, when you start getting these stones and what's right for you, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
You'll touch a stone and you're like, this one's just my stone. Placeholder or a substitute for a person, place, or thing. Yes.
So talking about the witches' circle in Kingston, It has a reputation for being haunted. Some visitors have reported strange occurrences such as unexplained noises, eerie sensations, or even ghostly figures. So, these tales they've contributed to the site's mystique and mystery and allure.
Hmm.
Some people believe that the Witch's Circle could be a sacred site for Wiccans or other pagan practitioners. They may associate it with specific rituals and spiritual practices, and some others suggest that it could be a portal to the underworld or another dimension, which I'd say it is.
Yeah.
I'm always
You're
dimensional.
always with that dimensions, yeah.
And it could be a gateway to the supernatural. So, you can talk about the strange occurrences at the Witch's Circle.
Now, talking about the sacred sites, though, I mean, I would think that it would definitely have to be a sacred site.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they would take the time to go to the specific spot, set up stones into a circle, and do what it is that they do. That it would be a sacred place for them.
Well, just like at the first of the show when you was talking about the witches that turned to stone.
Yes.
I wonder, that could be really the witches in that circle.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Only Oscar says, I'm not sure about other dimensions.
Dimensions are great.
Yeah, Jason loves dimensions. He could fall through a dimension and he'd be happy the whole time.
Yep. If somebody made some kind of switch there that opened up a portal, I'd go in it.
What if it'd be the upside down?
That would be cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The little creatures and tried to kill you and everything?
Yeah.
You'd be all right with it?
Yeah, I'm going to die sometime. I'm getting old. And
we ain't that old yet, Jason.
No, I want to live to at least get rich and famous.
Yeah?
Yeah. Then I'll take off.
Maybe. So, there has been visitors that have reported the feeling as if they were being watched or followed. There have been tales of people who felt compelled to leave the circle as if something was urging them to go. Get out. I've yet to ever hear something like that on an investigation.
Get out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But I wouldn't get out. I would stay.
I don't think we've really ever had a demonic or malicious spirit.
No.
That we've encountered.
I think a lot of that has to do with intentions.
Yeah.
I really do. You set good intentions
if you go. Yeah, if you go looking for something demonic, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
But if you go just looking for an explanation to the afterlife or something like that, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why you need to set intentions before you do things like that. Now, according to some legends, disturbing the stones, or performing certain rituals within the circle can bring a curse upon the individual. Now, these curses might manifest as bad luck, illness, or even
possession.
Possession, yeah. What did you think about that? Now, some believe that there is a hidden well or spring within or near the circle. Now, this is said to be connected to the underworld or to have magical properties. Those who drink from the well may experience visions, prophetic dreams, or even a temporary transformation. That's some skinwalker stuff right there.
Yeah,
now.
We need to go there.
Yeah, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, dude. Unless my wife makes it and bottles it before I leave, I'm not making it. I don't know.
You know the well out at the Coogee Booger?
Yeah.
I've drank out of it.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah,
coming
but that's
straight out
still
of the-
kind of creepy.
straight out the ground. That's good stuff right there.
It's kind of creepy though.
It is. It's weird.
It's got some weird sign. It used to have a weird sign. They took it down, and it talked about you travel here, you get you a drink and something,
You weary travelers
something like
stop
that.
by. Yeah. Why not? Randy says. Only Oscar says, I'm leaning more towards ultraviolet and infrared. What is unseen or limited by our eyes. Yeah. I mean, you know, we only see a very small spectrum of all light. Very small.
Yeah.
And if anything is on this side or this side of it, I mean, it could be standing in front of us and it might as well be invisible. So,
Yeah. And that could explain a lot of things that happens.
yeah. And sound is the same, right? We have only a narrow, bandwidth of sound that we actually hear. And if it's on one side or the other, you can't hear it. So, which last time I had my hearing checked, I actually have better than average hearing. I don't know why.
Yeah, I have good hearing. I can hear an angel fart.
What was that? No, I was sitting there getting my hearing checked for a job, and they put you in a booth, right? And it has a window that looked down a hallway. And so I'm sitting there just hitting the button. Every time I hear a beep, right, I hit the button. Then after a little bit, it stops, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to, come to the thing and let me out of this booth, right? Because it's a little bitty booth. But then a woman walks over and she stares at me through the window. The lady that was giving me the test, she looks at me like that through the window. And I'm sitting there like, what's going on, So a couple seconds goes by. She walks back off and stuff. And all of a sudden the beeping starts again. So I'm hitting the button. So finally, after a little bit, it's over. She opens the door and she's like, oh, you're probably wondering why I went over there and looked at the window. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was kind of weird. She goes, I was wondering if someone was down the hallway telling you when to hit the button. And I was like, no. I was like, why? She said, because you were hearing sounds that only dogs should hear.
Yeah. Maybe you can hear an angel flatulate.
I don't know. I just know that I can hear what dogs could hear, obviously.
That's good, though.
Especially all the equipment and guns I've shot and all the other things I've done as a dumb teenager and everything else. I thought, and I told her, I said, boy, they say rock and roll kills your ears. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't see how I hear it all. When I was younger, I had big old speakers in my car, big old amps.
Oh, I remember.
You remember that Mustang?
I do. I remember, me and your cousin driving around town with
Jamie,
while you was at work.
That's no angel, it's Jace. It's Christina.
That's funny.
So you got.
You're not going to finish them off?
Go ahead, I'll do the conclusion.
Oh, gotcha. The conclusion. So there are reports of ghostly coven of witches that still haunts the circle. Now, these spectral witches are said to appear at night, and they perform their rituals by simply watching over their ancient domain. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
So, the ghostly coven. So, visitors are often report hearing eerie sounds such as whispers. Don't turn around. Moans or the howling of the wind. I'm sorry, but the wind is going to howl, especially through trees.
Yeah, but if it just starts and quits real quick, that could be like, what was that?
Yeah. Well, howling of wind, that seems out of place, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Some describe these sounds as coming from the trees or the stones themselves. Screams. Now, that would be pretty eerie to be out there at nighttime on a full moon and have trees screaming,
Yeah.
or the stones even scream. That would be weird. I wouldn't run
Yes.
to the car, but I would definitely be like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We need to go.
Yeah, we need to. So the Witch's Circle in Kingston is still a mystery. There are a lot of numerous legends and folklore surrounding the site. And I guess it's still unclear what really happened there.
Right.
But,
Yeah, they just always call it the Witch's Circle.
But on a good note, maybe October 31st, which is next Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
our show will be live from the Philly house.
Whoop, whoop.
We
What do
may
you
be
think?
doing an investigation again at the Philly house, and we're going to go live when we do it on Halloween, if everything works out.
Oh man, what does everybody think? Would you watch us go live on Halloween at a haunted location? If you've watched our haunting in Philly,
Yeah,
that
it's on YouTube.
that is a very active place.
Yes.
Only Oscar says I would never go by myself.
Right. A lot of people, you'd have to be crazy to do any kind of exploring by yourself, especially out in the woods.
I don't know. I mean, you're talking to a guy that used to go ginsenging and all that stuff by myself, and I would be 15 miles or so back into the forest doing that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, I don't know. It never bothered me. I never thought about nothing. You know, the only thing that I ever really did think about was, man, if I get back here and get bit by a rattlesnake or something, I may be in trouble. That's the only thing ever crossed my mind.
Yeah, but what if you got on somebody's property
Well,
and they came after you?
Well, I mean, it was back up on the mountain, so no
Yeah.
one owned the area. It was all, you should go to Little Bighorn. Very interesting things happen. You know, only Oscars, I have passed by Little Bighorn tons of times. I don't want to throw some extravagant number out, but being a long haul truck
1
driver,
million.
yeah. Well, being a long haul truck driver, we passed by that place all the time. And the Battle of Little Bighorn, and well, how's this? We passed close by because from the interstate, you're not really right by it, but you're pretty close. You're close enough that you're going through it's a Indian, place. I forgot what the name of the Indians.
Reservation.
It is but I forgot the name of the Indians that are in that reservation per se. But
Apache.
I don't remember. It's something. Anyway, I'd be lying if I said I knew what it was or if I remembered. But you go into it, and then you see it. They have a bunch of billboards and stuff for the Little Bighorn and stuff. But I would like to go there. There's a big bucket list of things that, being a truck driver, I never. Yes, I have been everywhere as a trucker. I have. Well, the wife and I done it for a really long time. We've touched pretty much every corner of all 48 states, pretty much all of Canada, and the Sioux. Thank you, Barbara. And Canada and Alaska. Now, we wasn't everywhere in Alaska, but we have gone as far as up to Alaska. So we have been a lot of places. But see, the problem is that you get to go by a lot of places. You don't get to actually visit, And so I can drive to a lot of places now. I know where they are. It just has to have time to be off to do it,
The farthest I've been west,
What's up?
not even to Memphis. It was McNairy County. It was close to Memphis.
Really? So you almost got out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Only Oscar says my dad was a trucker. Oh, so you got to go to some places then.
I've been to Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. That's
So
it.
you've been,
Just around here,
yeah,
southeast.
yeah, yep. So in truck driving world, you'd have been a regional driver. That's what they would have called that.
Yep.
Sure would have.
Truckers know the best greasy spoons to eat.
I'll tell you.
David's got me wanting one there in Texas.
The big Texan.
Yeah, I want to go so bad.
St. Elmo, Colorado. Okay. I'll tell you, only Oscars. The funny thing about that is you could probably still ask my wife today, and she hasn't driven for 2 years, I think. But you almost know every state and every interstate by the best places to stop and eat along the way to wherever it is that you go. So it's almost like mile markers be damned. It's, we're going to stop at the Big Texan, or we're going to stop, man, I can name so many places.
Yeah, we're going to do our break at the Big Texan. We're going to, yeah.
Big Texan's fun.
When we go to Roswell, we're going to Big Texan.
Yes, absolutely. I'm all for it. So who would want to watch us on next Thursday do a live investigation on the show? Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. I learned to drive. Oh, really? Now that's interesting. When I was younger, my uncle, he was a lifelong truck driver. And I went on the road with him as a kid for like a summer. And he got me in a couple parking lots and let me drive his truck. So, yeah. Metropolis, Illinois. Been to the rest area where you could take your picture with Superman. Sure have. But me and the wife probably got pictures on our phone somewhere. I've got a big statue of Superman out there by the interstate. Metropolis. Yep.
I guess I've been sheltered all my life.
Just, 5 years on a truck and you can see anything and everything you ever want to see from the truck,
It's all good and fun until you actually do it right for a while. And then you get bored and tired of it. And
so if you didn't own a home,
didn't have kids,
or a wife, or you had a wife that went with you.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Then, man, you could live on the road.
Yeah.
You would never have to go to a home, But when you have a home and you have grandkids and you have all these other things, after a while you start saying, what am I missing? Is it worth it? So that's true. Yeah. Only Oscars, Route 66. Oh, yes.
Well, I guess we're going to end the show now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Is it over?
It's over. We talked about the Witch's Circle in Kingston when we talked about truck driving. We talked about...
as a truck driver, though, the wife and I one time went to... dang it. What is the name of that place? Go back to the chat room real quick. Right. My wife will tell me because it's right on the tip of my tongue. 13 fish. Wow. 13 fish tanks. I don't know if I've been there. Don't know. I don't know if I know that one. I think she just said something I didn't know. What was it? It was the Winchester Mystery House. And that we went to. Now, back in the day, this place was, out its own big compound, big old huge freaking beautiful house. But now you go and you've got high-rise buildings next to it. Right? So we're in an 18-wheeler. You really shouldn't be there. in an 18-wheeler, just saying. And I made that big turn into there, and there's a huge behind the place, like a cinema, but I guess it was closed down and they was doing some renovations. So I was able to sneak up in there, backed into some spots, and we went in and we did both tours. They had 2 tours. Altogether, it was a little over 2 hours or so for the tours to see every room of the house. And they said that they was going to stop doing the second one because people started tearing off pieces of the house and stuff.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah, we were one of the last groups to get to go through there. I worked at the Winchester Mystery House. Now that's freaking awesome. We've been there. The wife and I've been there. We've got pictures, but it was we went just after the new movie, the Winchester movie was made. And so it was still under contract. We could not take one picture inside the house. We take all the pictures of the outside of the house we wanted. But we couldn't take one of inside the house. But I'll tell you, it was great. It was a beautiful place. Oh, that's awesome.
Did you see the stairway to nowhere?
Yes. You got to see the door that was like on the 3rd floor. You open up and it just went straight to the ground. There was tons of stuff there. Yeah. She was way ahead of her time though. She designed that place. At one point it went 7 stories, but a big earthquake happened and it flattened it. So she had them remove it all and keep building. Yeah. So it was a great place. Only Oscars. I lived in Cali for a little while. For part of my life, I moved there at 18, and
yeah, David was a movie star.
I went out there and I did a little bit of stuff, but nothing major.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall when you was out there.
Yeah,
living in your car.
I did for a year. I was homeless as homeless could be. I know what true homelessness is. So pictures show people not there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I would recommend anybody that would ever want to go see it to definitely go there and see the Winchester Mystery House. It was a beautiful place. Beautiful place. They keep the grounds real beautiful too. There's it's a nice place, Hotel California. Yes. That's right.
There's a second time I've heard that today.
Maybe me and the wife, we signed the guest registry there. Maybe we're checked in and,
Yep.
Maybe once we go, our ghosts are going to portal over there.
Cool, right?
We're going to start haunting the Winchester Mystery House. I want to thank everybody for listening to us tonight. And sorry we didn't have one on Tuesday. We had some technical difficulties with that camera right there. That main camera right there was being mean to us, and we couldn't start the show, but we got over it. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of our premium members. You make this a lot better, and we want to thank you. You actually help us pay for some of this stuff, don't they, Jason?
Yeah.
Remember, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and X at paranormal411.org. We are live every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8. Jason's phone's going crazy. Saturdays from 8 to 10. Also, remember, on Saturdays from 10 to 11, if you're in the metro Atlanta area, you catch us on WDJY-FM. That's 99.1 FM. Hey, and if you're not in the metro Atlanta area, you can still catch us at WDJYFM.com, or you go to paranormal411.org. Click the link. Right, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the book East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, 2nd edition. It's at Amazon or on paranormal411.org. Join us. And if you're local, come join us this Saturday at Misfits and Mayhem in Loudon from 2 to 5.
Yeah.
We'd like to sign some books for you. Have a good night.
All right. I'm going to play the commercial. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday.
See you next.
Tennessee lies a pizzeria like no other. Step through the door of Legends and Lore Pizzeria and be transported to a realm where paranormal and cryptid encounters along with mouth-watering pizza go hand in hand. Meet Eddie and his crew, who serve up slices of the supernatural along with the best pies in town. With the walls adorned with eerie artifacts, indulge in piping hot slices that melt in your mouth and tease your taste buds. And it's not just the locals who love the incredible pizza. Legends and Lore has been selected as the best pizza joint in all of Monroe County. As lovers of everything pizza and the paranormal, the owners have mastered the art of crafting unforgettable combinations that will leave you wanting more. To stay connected with this mystical eatery, follow Legends and Lore Pizzeria on Facebook, where tales of their latest creations and upcoming specials will be shared. Make sure to browse their custom menu, featuring legendary pizzas like the Chupacabra Ranch and the Exorcist. So, whether you have an appetite for the supernatural or simply seek the best pizza in town, Legends and Lore is the place to be. Come for the unforgettable flavors, stay for the captivating stories, and find yourself in a world where legends and pizza collide.
What if the world we know is merely a fraction of reality? What if there are forces, entities, and phenomena that exist just beyond our comprehension in the shadows of the unknown? Welcome to Paranormal 411, your gateway to the unexplained and the downright chilling.
Get ready to rock with the electrifying sound of Catalyst, a band that's sure to leave you wanting more. With their powerful lyrics and killer riffs, Catalyst is a great sound in the world of rock music. You can listen and find Catalyst on Bandcamp, or go to the link at paranormal411.org and click on their banner.